Hey everybody, Captain Valen here. And obviously, first and foremost, happy Turkey Day. I'm not a big fan of Thanksgiving since it's really celebrating the genocide of just hundreds and hundreds of peoples. And I don't mean like individuals, I mean like different tribes of peoples. So, yeah. I like the idea of eating, but the truth of the American colonization, I don't want to romanticize it. You know what I mean? It's not something I'm going to teach my son. Like, oh, Columbus came over and there was nobody here, and so he claimed. No, like the whole. Even though this isn't like Christopher Columbus and it's more about the Puritans and all that jazz. That's either way. That's not really what I'm here to talk about. What I'm here to talk about is myself. Ooh. Um, uh, this year was kind of big for me, if I'm being honest. It's the first year in a long time that I had my own family for Thanksgiving. Like it was just me, my son, and my wife, and we had him running around getting into stuff while we're trying to cook, and it was frustrating. And I wanted to pull my hair out, but there are times when he was just like, when we would break and put on ABCs or something for him, and he would just kind of sit and watch and mouth and make the sounds to the words and all that, while I'm like, I don't know, basting the turkey or like making the deviled eggs or whatever. And it was just it was like this really pure magic moment that I I I really never thought I would get in my life, and that's what I'm thankful for. I'm used to saying I don't have a lot to be thankful for because that's the life I've led. But for the past while, I've been more than blessed, and I have to like be appreciative of that and say that I have someone who's helped push me to grow in ways that I would probably never have grown without. I have my son who has changed everything in the world for me. Just everything. I I don't even know how else to put it. Like he is the reason for I don't work for my first name. Like I work for my last name. You know what I mean? And that's really what it comes down to. But like I said, this year was the first year I had like my own family. And last year my son was alive around Thanksgiving time, but we went to a friend of ours who for Thanksgiving, and while it's nice, it's like all of their family and like the three of us, and it was like you I don't ever want to seem ungrateful for the hospitality and the welcoming of my friends and the people that have taken me in on holidays and things like that. I don't ever want to seem unappreciative because those things mean the world to me. Like I wish I could do it more, especially with somebody who I like really like and respect. I'll just say Mr. Levere, and I don't get a chance to see him, but like I wish I could for the holidays. For the most part, my Thanksgiving has been what I call a misfits Thanksgiving. That's if you don't have any place to go and you don't have any family. You know what I mean? Either you don't have a way to get there, and they're out of town or out of the city or out of the state, whatever. And you just come. It doesn't matter. I don't have to like you. In fact, more times than not, there's been somebody there that I can't fucking stand, and I put that shit aside because that's not what matters. What matters is everybody eating. You know what I mean? Like some people say, "Oh, I want everybody to eat," but when it comes time to, fix plates, they don't care about anybody else. Like they'll fix their plate first and just pile shit on and leave what's left for everybody else. And I guess in a lot of ways, that's just how things are. I guess in a lot of ways, sorry. I guess in a lot of ways, that's most people. That's that self-preservation mentality. But I've always been able to put that aside. I can detach emotion from most situations. It's one of the gifts of growing up broken, I guess. But for Thanksgiving, or in my case, Misfits Thanksgiving, I would just let whatever happen slide. It doesn't matter. Some of the best times have been with people I don't like on any other day of the week, year, month, millennia. But it's that day, and that's what life is. And yeah, and I'm thankful for the opportunity of having Misfits Thanksgiving. But I'm a different grateful for having my own family. Like when people invite me or when I have Misfits Thanksgiving, there's always this essence of how something is missing for me. How things aren't the way they should be. There's something about this Norman Rockwellian image is wrong. And I've never had the right Norman Rockwellian image. Don't get me wrong. If mine would be like Norman Rockwell mixed with heavy metal. Like, if you remember the cartoon movie, then you know what I'm talking about. If not, Google it. It's dope. But I had that. I had my my Rockwellian image. You know, my son looking at this giant turkey that's almost the size of him. I had, I got to carve the meal for my family, set out their plates. Like I got to be a dad, yo. And that's not something I think gets appreciated enough, but it's something that I am eternally grateful for. And that's, I think, the biggest thing I'm thankful for. I want to thank my wife for giving me the opportunity to be a father. Like, it's not just having a child. You can make a baby and not be a father. You know what I mean? Like, but she's given me a chance to raise my son and be the kind of person I want my son to be through that experience and through understanding this. And honest to God, it's more than I could have ever dreamed of or prayed for. Having like no one to look to pretty much all of my life, and now having this little bundle of maniacal joy. it's what I'm thankful for. I'm grateful that I get to be I get to raise my son. I don't have somebody else doing it. You know what I mean? I'm so grateful to be in that position. People, sometimes talk shit or make jokes because of it, but it really, at first it bothered me, but now it's kind of eclipsed by the idea that I get to be the father I always wanted to be, involved, like there, like I know my, like I can. He doesn't speak yet. You know what I mean? He's still young, but he doesn't need to use all like words yet for me to understand what he wants when he wants it, and that's like this magical connection that's like half mental, like half emotional, and it's beautiful. And I've never really had that with anyone, so I'm grateful for being a father. My Thanksgiving, the thing I'm most thankful for is the ability to be a father and raise my son, and everything that comes along with that. I'm this YouTube channel, my Twitch channel, all of that stems from him and her, by extension, really. So that's what I'm grateful for, and that's what I want to thank on Thanksgiving. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say, but this is Captain Valen reminding you that life happens in every direction. So be compassionate. Bye.